Alright guys, so start off this next podcast here. Of course, we're going to be making adjustments, and you're probably going to be seeing me change locations a lot because it's just going to be easier for me to get to people than it is to try and bring people to me. So, yeah, like we just talked about before, to not try and cut out the audience, but try and keep the camera from being something awkward. Keep the camera over there away from us and have us and talking.
Actually, have a conversation.
Yeah, so we're sitting knee to knee, folks. But it's whatever. It's just because it makes things a little easier, and I don't want the camera to be a distraction and to take away from the conversation. When I do my solo videos and I'm talking to you guys, it's easier. I'm actually talking to you. I'm not talking to somebody, so it makes sense to look at the camera. But this is not the case here, so that's why we're changing up a little bit. Okay, so yeah, how old are you, man?
I'm 24. Basically, I started. I've been into cars basically all my life. You get me? When I was growing up, I remember when, like, my youngest memory I can remember, my dad used to always get in trouble with my mom, literally because he had this. It was a '90s Nissan Bluebird, and like once you hit 100 kilometers, it had a little bell that would start dinging. So every time I was in the car when I was a baby, I would always be like, "Oh, Dad, the bell, the bell, the bell." So I would make him drive to 100 just so the bell could go off, and then I would be happy. My mom would be mad, but my dad's like, "Hey, I made him happy, you know?" And I grew up with 2 siblings. I have 2 older brothers, both 5 years older than me. We've all been into the same shit forever. You get me? We always were into cars. You know, we grew up on the Need for Speed, Legacy, you know, Hot Pursuit, Underground, 1, 2, 3, all of that shit. So it's more of like, it's just more comforting for us. And like at the end of the day, my parents didn't really allow me to go out when I was growing up, like parties and all of that shit.
Yeah, stay safe.
Yeah, no, I didn't really get to do that shit. But like, if I was like, oh, I'm going to a car meet with my brothers, oh yeah, you good, you can go. Nobody give a fuck, you know? So it was more of like, it was easier for me to get into it. And piece of shit.
Ooh, like shit, man. We just talking about staying safe, gunshots. Wait.
But yeah,
Jesus.
and then after that, it just developed into things that I used to see happening all the time because we had a race group, delinquents. So, you know, we used to go out every Friday night. We'd go out, drink, race. You know, if any of the cars break in the group, we had a group mechanic, so he would come in and actually fix all the cars, you know, and everything. So at the end of the day, a lot of the stuff that I saw being done back then, which didn't make any sense to me now, you know, it didn't make any sense to me then. When I got older and started actually doing the shit for myself, you know, because I didn't have that group support like how I did when I was back home. It just turned.
So you're talking about in the islands?
Yeah, back in Jamaica. So
yeah.
after that, when I moved here and, you know, kind of rocking solo now and I got to do the work for myself, you know, I don't have a mechanic that I can go to and be like, yo, bro, you get this done for me, you know, and you do it, and then when I get the money, I pay him. No, I don't have that. You get me? So I had to start doing the shit for myself. And then like even now and then I'll watch a video here and there and I'm like, oh, I know what that is, you know, it's like you've seen it done before, but you didn't know what it was. Mm-hmm. And then when you actually have to do it for yourself, you're like, now it makes fucking sense. Like even some of the videos that I've watched, I'll watch them and I understand what they're saying, but I don't fully grasp the concept because I don't have to do it for myself.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that too, you know? Like they'll watch a video and they'll be like, oh, this video is trash, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then 3 weeks down the line, you end up in the same fucking situation, and you rewatch the video, you realize, that's all I had to do, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's like studying for the test that you're not going to take. Like, why would you be watching it if you're not actually going to do it? And I don't retain information like that either, man. Like, even reading, like, anytime I'm going to build an engine, I have to go back and look at torque specs and everything. Yeah. It's always good to double check, because you can get complacent with thinking, I've already got this, and then sometimes you don't. I mean, there's some things, of course, you don't need to study up on, but then some things that are worth taking a second look at. But so you said you have 2 brothers, right?
Yeah, I have 2 brothers. And one back home, one that lives here.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. So. And your brother's got the EP3 and thinking about some crazy shit with that too, right?
Yeah, he's been considering a lot of stuff. My buddy John, he works at Honda in Delray. He just swapped the motors in his CRV. So his CRV old K24. He has that, so he was gonna sell it to him for like little than nothing.
Well, how much is little nothing?
I think it was like $200.
Yeah, so that's pretty good.
You know, little than nothing, because he was having a few little minor issues. It has 180 something thousand miles on there. It's an 05 CRV, so he was like, he just swapped the motor. He had bought a K20 out of the dealership and just put it in. So he was planning on buying that, and he was saying that he was offering to me just, I think it was on Friday, to sell me
Is that the
motor.
guy from a long ass time ago? The one that you said your friend was sitting on? No, that was a different guy.
No, that was a
Okay.
different guy. That was a different guy.
I was like, God damn.
Nah, that guy's a flake. But yeah, like even now, I don't even mess with him because like he even owed me some money, and I was just like, you know what?
This is the guy that's got his own shop, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the kind of person, bro. If you owe me something and I haven't asked you for it, or it comes to the point where I have to ask you for it, I'll just call it that. I'm not gonna get it. You know, like.
Hold on a second, guys. Brought small children with me. So the guy with K24 now is it posted? Did he post it for sale?
No, he didn't post it for sale. He ended up moving shops and all types of shit. I haven't even heard from him in a hot minute too. But yeah, we kind of stopped messing with him, especially after our buddy's car went missing after they had stole it, because
South
like,
Florida.
yeah, we had strong suspicion that it was him, or that his boys had something to do
Yeah, I
with it.
mean, I'm pretty sure that I know the guy. You know, what do they call them? The pointer, the pointers, the steers. You know, the motherfuckers, the lookout, the one that direct. I'm pretty sure I know who the guy was that got my car stolen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who was that dropped the dime on my car. It was just too convenient. But whatever, you know.
Even my buddy's EK that just got stolen. You know, they stole his car. He had some XXR 532s, I believe they're called. You know, that commonly smoked chrome one.
Okay.
And literally, we just saw it posted on today's what, Tuesday? Saturday. Dudes posted it up for sale on Facebook Marketplace. Literally, the minute you go on Facebook Marketplace for the XXRs, you see it pop up. Oh, fresh XXRs, Federal tires, full set. And we're like, bro, come on. We know these are his wheels. And he even messaged the dudes and he's like, bro, are you guys having a hard time trying to sell my wheels right now? Because like, they posted it from 2 different fake Facebook accounts now. It's just like, come on.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Literally
bro.
2 pictures, 6
Damn.
friends. So it's like, alright. Come on. But yeah, you know, and as hard as it is to accept that, oh yeah, that's a part of the game, you know, like sometimes people are gonna steal your shit. It's like, bro, that's just unscrupulous, you know, like why?
This is exactly why I try to keep my car as low key as possible until I get to the point where I can lock it up. But I was just talking with Jesse earlier, and when we were talking about the rings and shit he's gonna send me, he also mentioned like about wheels, and I was also talking to Eddie. I was like, bro, you willing to use a dyno brake to tune my car, so I ain't gotta worry about finishing my brakes. I literally gotta put the radiator on, finish the piping, and I'm ready to tune. And he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna use your brakes anyway, even if you had them. So I'm like, I might be running on the dyno with no fucking rotors and shit. Yeah, it's be funny, man. Anyway,
yeah, no, like I think I might have a spare rotor.
Right, you see, yeah, we're dealing with the same kind of setup like I have at my house, where it's fucking we're parted out everywhere.
Yeah, I have like 4 sets of calipers sitting in the car. I just change my brake pads.
Well, he's talking about how he's got a couple of companies he's connected to, obviously, right? That has to make wheels and also aftermarket calipers and shit. 4 piston, 6 piston. I'm like, yeah, dude. I was like, my plan is to have the Integra tuned and not running, not necessarily running, but tuned. And then when I come to see you, for SEMA, we can talk about it from there. So, and the car, I mean, it might wind up turning into like an actual all-around thing. I don't know, man. It might wind up being my shop car. I already told Eddie. My first tune is gonna be on pump. We're gonna see how much we can milk out of it. Hopefully, we get it close to 500, and then I'm gonna. Once we use that tune as a map to look at where we're gonna go to fix for E85, like we'll see what needs to be replaced. We'll see where I'm being held back on power, and then go from there. I'm gonna push the shit out of that fucking car. I don't know. We're gonna see. Maybe looking at 550 or something like that after I go on E85.
Oh,
Just because the
so
fact
you're planning to go for like a more street trap car?
Well, it's just being safe with it because different racing pistons here and there.
Oh.
I guess the block is
Yeah,
CSS,
yeah.
you know, so
don't want to risk
it's good for all kinds of power, but yeah. I just don't want to. I want to. I'm curious to see where the limits are for the pistons, man. I really want to know how far they can go. I'd rather use myself as a guinea pig than try to talk somebody else into doing it.
I feel you. And that's why I haven't even gotten back to you about the B series block either, because like literally I just picked up these two motors. I have the B15, I have the B16, and I'm like, all right, the B15 literally are going extinct. Like people literally think it's a joke, but if you even put it in on Facebook Marketplace, oh D15, B7, 8, 9, 4, 2, no matter which one you're looking for, you're not gonna find any of them.
Yeah.
You really can't find them anymore.
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I just had another guy hit me up the other day, like, oh, a quote for the Vitara. I'm like, I was like, I just posted on Instagram, like, all the prices. Like, I really don't want to build them anymore, to be honest. I mean,
yeah, I noticed that from when you started doing the Ks, it's like,
nah.
Not trying to go all the way back to building a single cab.
No, it's not. It's just the the extra labor, man. Like, I take my time putting together a stock engine or just a simple boosted B series built piston rod, and like to think that I have to cut every single time, and
yeah.
I mean, I'm good at it now, but it's still, man, it's tiring. It hurts your hands to sit there and fucking, you're digging
That's
into the
why
gun.
the route that I was planning on going with, because I was planning on building a mini-me on the side, you get me? Because I still have the ACL race bearings, still have the high compression pistons, but I have them on stock rods. So that way I don't have to go through the whole matching process, you get me? So the pistons will
whatever you're gonna make in a is definitely gonna be safe for the rods. So
yeah. So
and that's no single cam hate, because I don't know if you saw that shit I was talking about the other day with that machine shop, Russell Nord and shit. Was it Steve's machine shop that they're working with different racing to regrind stock cams and use their high compression P30 pistons. I can't remember exactly which ones they were to make a high compression, a cheap high compression performance engine for a single cam. I'm very interested in that. It's been like fucking a month already, so I'm about to hit that dude back up to see if I can't get some more information on the build. Because I asked for numbers to say he's gonna hit me up.
Yeah.
Didn't get back to me, but dude's busy, so I know how it is to be busy and telling somebody, yeah, I'll get back to you, and then don't. So, but I think I've left enough time to go by. I'm just seeing the last message for now that.
Yeah, it should have at least gotten back by now.
Yeah, at this point it's been over a month. So.
But yeah, no, I've seen how good the mini-me's perform, and that's why I was planning on keeping the D15 block.
Yeah. Well, my entry to the Honda world was a single cam, and I wasn't unhappy with it. I mean, of course, now the power I've experienced, I wouldn't go back and really have a lot of fun with it. But at the same time, too, I'm daily driving an RSX with an A3 in it that doesn't even have VTEC, and my wife's CHR is like 140 horsepower. So like, I haven't been in a fast car in forever. The last time I was in a fast car was when I came back to Florida, and it was just that one day for a couple of pulls, and then that car was sold like a week later.
Yeah, it's more of a cocktease than anything.
Yeah. It's almost depressing. That's why I'm like, fuck. And even going to holidays, you go to watch races, nah, fuck that. Fuck those guys in their fast cars. But at the same time, too, it does leave a hunger. It leaves a hunger taste in my mouth, and I know
it inspires you. It sets a fire under your tail, makes you want to actually go on and do more. But at the same time, it's kind of like a setback, because it kind of has you down. Because you're like, damn, I could be doing all this shit too.
Yeah,
my shit's broke.
At this point, that's what I'm trying to. I'm thinking of like this is what I want to do. Like, I thought for sure that super high horsepower B series was one of the way I wanted going, but now I'm looking at that 9-second index for the fucking NA for Katie. I'm like, yeah, that's where I want to be. Especially after talking to all these guys and seeing all the races, and then talking to Monday or Four Piston, and I was like, yeah, dude, that's the direction I want to go. I really want to do that.
And that's the biggest thing that people have a problem with nowadays too. People don't really have goals when they're building these cars. So they'll just get up and be like, oh, yo, I want a boosted single cam, and they'll spend $700 in building this in a boosted single cam. What is your actual goal, Like, are you looking for a 300 horsepower car, 400 horsepower car?
Yeah.
You get me? You want a street car? You want a track car? You want something that can run 10s? Do you want something for the highway? Like, you gotta make up your mind. You can't be building everything. You get me?
Yeah, I think that kills a lot of builds in their tracks too, not having the goal. And I think another thing I was gonna make a video on it before I came here today about that whole shit with like, not knowing your power goals. Knowing your power goals before you start to put it together in ninjas is the most important thing, because now I got people like, oh, I'm gonna do this and this and this for my build, but I only want 300 horsepower. Like, then you're spending more money.
You're wasting your time. Yeah, you're spending more money than you need to. And it's the same thing that happened with my buddy Juice when he was building his single cam. He got the single cam, you know, and at a point it had in the Vitar pistons, Eagle rods, you know, it had the full works, ACO race bearings, it had the turbo on there already, it had everything that it needed to be a good 400 horsepower car. And he was like, oh, yo, what more do I need to make 5? I'm like, why do you need to make 5? I was like, in order to make 5, don't even buy anything. Because he's like, oh, injectors, intercooler, this, that, piping. I was like, bro, don't even do all of that. Get a car tuned. Figure out where you are first, and then I'll tell you what you need to do to make it forward from there. You get me? Because it doesn't make any sense. You buy all this shit, put it in, and then you don't even know if it's actually making a difference. You gotta know where you stand first, and then make the upgrades to get to where you need to be.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. I mean, I've gotten pretty good with my power estimations nowadays. Like, I'm pretty good about figuring out where we can expect to see things, but there's other factors that come in. And then, yeah, too, like that, you'll see you won't know 100% until you're on the dyno. Yeah. And sometimes it's better to just use what you got and go ahead and get it on. Because
he was aiming for 4, and he ended up making 310, 315 on the dyno without doing anything to it. 750cc injectors, that's all. It's the only thing we had to do.
Yeah, yes. God, fuck. Yeah.
And it was a safe tune. Eddie tuned it, car run perfectly fine, you know? So
that was brother's car.
No, my brother's car made 350.
Okay.
This is the single cam, my buddy Juice. He made 315. And the single cam literally was neck and neck with my brother's B series. I'll send you the video later if I still have it on my phone. Literally neck and neck. Highway poles, because I had him on the big tire setup at the time, you know? Because I was telling him, yo, it doesn't make any sense. You have these Stance Boy tires, these 195s on this 9-inch wheel. You get me? That makes no sense. So I brought him to, I think it was Walmart. We went and bought tires that time too. We bought some regular economy tires, you get me? But we bought big tires. They were 225s, 50s, or 215s, 50s. So, you know, they were about a 26-inch rim, a 26-inch tire, you get me? So he had the top end. He didn't have any spin, you get me? So it was just a hook and go car. And which is what I've been telling him off rip, you know? After a while, you know, he started hanging out with different people and they influenced him, you know, he went back into the whole Stance Boy shit, camera and low and all of that shit. You know, when it got it retuned, made 250, and he was like, bro, I can't understand why. I'm like, bro, it's just Eddie.
It went back to Eddie?
Yeah, we went right back to Eddie. But no, we had swapped the motor from out of the coupe into a hatch, so it should have been making better figures, you know, because it's a lighter chassis. But literally, it did nothing better for him. It brought him back. You get me? And it's like, bro, at the end of the day,
he didn't change anything on the spot.
Nothing at all. We literally took the motor straight out, put it in the other car. That was it. But sometimes, just the tire setup, wheels and tires can make that big of a difference, because he had swapped off the rotor grids, which were 16 by 9s, I believe. They were on 215s, 55s. And then he swapped to 195, 45, 15 XXR wheels, you know, the generic 15 by 8, 16 by 8s. So it's like, yo, you weren't gonna pick up any more power by putting those on there, and then it had the camber on there, so, you know, smaller contact patch. So it's like, you're not gonna pick up any power by doing this. You get me? Like, you have to do the math of it. Like, there's 3 things that make you make power: air, fuel, and spark. And if you're not putting all the power down, then how can you expect to make more power? More camber you have is the smaller your contact patches. Skinnier tires you have, smaller contact.
Yeah, and then stretching tires on roads is a really quick way to have them fucking fall right fuck off. You can't catch a flat with quickness like that. I was when I was towing the car back from West Virginia, the Integra.
Oh, yeah.
We were 45 minutes into the tow, and I was just pulling it, and the fucking tire broke. And I destroyed a wheel. I destroyed
The whole
wheels.
wheel got destroyed.
Yeah, because I was
that.
dragging it, and my wife was fucking chasing me, but her dumb ass was just like, she wasn't doing anything to catch my attention. And then finally, she, swinging around and just waving. I'm like, okay, what's wrong? I pull off the side of the road.
That's when you realize
Yeah,
the whole thing's fucked at this point.
Fucking done. I'm like, yeah, because sure as shit, in the angle with the car being on the dolly, with that little ass patch of fucking rubber on the road,
Just
and
a tiny ass contact patch.
and it just whoop, came right the fuck off.
And then my thing with the whole stretch tire thing is, you're using half your tire for 3 weeks, and then the next 3 weeks you gotta go and flip your tire now. Like, oh come on, like I don't have fucking time for that. So then in the next 3 weeks, I'm out of a tire. I gotta go buy a new fucking tire. Like, no.
I don't know. I've never been one to really stress on wheels. I like just grab whatever aftermarket wheel to throw on there. I mean the whole stretch tire thing. I don't so much hate the stretch tire look as I do the camber look. But once I review,
Exactly. I'll put up with a stretch tire over the camber shit.
Yeah.
You get me?
But man, but that's but the stretch tire thing is really dangerous, especially if you have a fast car.
I like camber, but I like natural camber. Like if you lower your car and it gets that natural camber, then
Yeah.
if you put aftermarket control arms on there or camber kits on there and you max them out, no bueno. I'm sorry, that's not gonna fly with me. I don't play that game. Like if you even see right here, brand new stock EK control arm, upper control arms, because I'm not gonna buy aftermarket control arms just so I can get more camber. Like
I've only ever done it once. And that's because I had to, man. Like the CRX, I had my original one, my yellow one. Fucking, it was on the ground. I tried to put just a stock fucking control arm on there. Popped.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucked. I mean, that whole car had all kinds of front end suspension problems. That's why I wanted to get rid of it. The traction bar I bought kept popping out of place, and then like it shoved my fucking wheels back so far with the caster that it wound up destroying the transmission. It shredded the fucking differential on it. So, yeah, it's man, just keep it simple. Do what you need to do to make adjustments to make the car faster. But
And then a lot of the times, especially in this modern day society, everybody's going for these wide wheels. Everybody wants 15 by 8s, 16 by 8s, 16 by 9s. For what reason?
that's another thing that's also delicate, man. Like I've seen some that look amazing, and then some that's just fucking trash. It's hard. It's hard to find that.
It's a hit or miss.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
Nah, with me, I'm sorry. The widest wheel that I see myself going with is a 7.5. You get me? I have a set of wheels right now. They're 7.5s. I have 2 set of wheels. One of them 6 and one of them 7.5s. And I like how the 7.5s are because I can fit a 195 45 tire on there, which is a cheap tire, and at the same time, it'll still not be a stretch tire. It'll be fitting like a regular track meaty tire, a good tire setup. I don't have to worry that, my contact patch just went from this big to this big. No, I'm getting the full wheel, hitting the ground, everything all down all at once. You get me?
Yeah.
Already rolling with a small motor, you get me?
Yeah.
I gotta go. Like I can't afford to be losing anything anywhere. Everything on the ground immediately. And as a matter of fact, just today I was talking to my buddies because they're like, and that's the other thing. People don't have a good support group around them too. You get me? You gotta have a good support group. You gotta have niggas that you mess with. Gotta be able to help build you up. You get me?
Yeah.
Being stagnant don't work. So even just today, they were telling me that I didn't even notice. Like I've been fucking with single cam for a hot minute now. You get me? I remember when I had hit you up. The same EK, my buddy Juice is EK. When we had the whole axle issue, and I hit you up about it, you were like, man, just fuck that shit. Just buy a D-series, man. Fuck the single cam. You get me? And I was like, bro. It might not be the advice that I want to hear, but at the same time, I'm still going to continue to ask you until you give me the answer that I want to hear. And you told me, it's off-rip. All single cam axles are the same. I just found out today that the D17s, the EM2s, the newer model chassis, the axles work in these cars. and they're way stronger than the D16 and the D15 axles.
That
They
makes sense.
literally handle so much more power.
Yeah, I mean, those engines are it's yeah, I don't know, man. The D17 and shit that comes out of there, those EM2s, it's kind of a fucking shame that they get a bad rap because they do make more power, but there's no aftermarket support for them. I mean,
That's all
yes,
it comes down to.
you can find pistons and rods for those engines, but I don't think I don't think I would spend the money on K Pro and all that shit, tuning for that single cam. If I'm gonna do that shit, spend that kind of money, I'm gonna stick with the K. It just landed in the wrong generation car. That's all. It just landed in the wrong year. It's kind of like the same thing with the F series for the single cams, the F series single cams.
And the FCUs are actually brilliant motors. The fastest single cam motor that is built right now today is FCUs. And people don't even realize that. They just see single cam and assume it's a D series and don't even actually look to read.
Yeah.
Even the G series, when I had seen you made the G23 videos, I was like, wow, I'm surprised you actually made the video because like a lot of people don't even know this shit exists. You get me? Like people don't know about that swap.
Yeah.
And it's a really simple swap, and I've watched them literally kill K20s. Like I've seen them single-handedly destroy K20s.
They can make a lot of power.
Yeah.
I mean, like that was a couple of years ago. The reason why I made that video is because of reading the article and back when I was still reading the Super Street shit a lot. That the guy had in there was big like 240, 250, and that was, I think that was just before I came on to the whole 4-piston thing. Before I realized what these guys were doing. I was like 240, 250 out of a fucking NA fucking setup. I was like, Jesus Christ, that's fucking amazing. Now, and I mean it's not as head turning now because of what 4-piston's doing with the K series. Like you're seeing Durf fucking cranking out 240, 250 horsepower
Easy.
on
not even breaking a
shit.
sweat.
Yeah.
You get me?
So that's the only thing that would turn me off from fucking with a G is that. It's just that. I mean, of course, it'd be one of those things I would do, but who the fuck? It's hard to find the F series nowadays. I think somebody did ask me about building one for him. I'm like, you would have to go most likely to an importer to get an F unless I'm not going to a junkyard to pull one. I'm too lazy. So and nobody's selling them on Facebook. So you have to go to an import shop and you're looking like $600 for an F series in there. So I'm like,
Nah, not worth the time, not worth the
no, that's the problem.
Like if I have a car that already had the F series swap in there, alright, yeah, no problem. Then I'll be willing to go for the full G swap. I'll do all of the jazz that's necessary behind it. But I don't know. To me, right now, at the point that I'm at, no matter what motor I'm actually using, whether it's B series or B series, I'm not even thinking about a K series that much because to me, I'm thinking about a K series, doing a K series build. I'm just thinking about, alright, if I'm doing a K series build, then at the end of the day, I have to do mounts. You get me? And the motor's cheap, transmission and price is up there, but the mounts cost literally more than both of those put together. You get me?
Fuck
A
that,
lot of the time.
Well, Hasport's around $500 something. But when I go to do my K swap, if I get a fucking shell,
yeah.
I'm just gonna get some generic ones off eBay.
As a matter of fact, what kind of shell are you looking for? Are you looking for?
I prefer an EG coupe.
Are you looking for a track shell? Or are you looking for something to
No.
track, or something to drive on a regular basis?
I want everything I have to be drivable on daily.
Because I actually know somebody with an EG hatch right now, but it has no title. I was planning on buying it and using it as a track car, and then having my girl as my daily. You get me?
Well, is it got interior?
Yeah, full interior. It has AC, runs and drives, has V-series in there right now. Same wing as mine. It's actually way cleaner than my car.
How much do you want for it?
Last time he posted it was $400. He had posted it because he needed some parts, and then he was like, "Damn, bro, y'all slept on this." And I was like, "Yo,
was it blue?"
No, a black one, matte black. I was like, "Bro, if you still got this next week, I'll come a cop it." And by the time I messaged him, he was like, "Yo, bro, I'm not selling it anymore, bro, because I already got what I needed to get done." So I was like, damn.
Well, see, that'd be one of those things where at that price I could probably do that. And then I talked to Blake about parking at his house, and then Blake also probably about getting a title. He knows how to do that shit. That's a good thing. I don't know how to do something, but I got friends that know how to do it. So
yeah.
That's another reason to get
As
number.
you see, like a lot of people, like they'll hit me up like asking me about some like very nonsensical questions, and I'm like, bro, now I understand what you're going through. Like when people are hitting you up asking you the simplest questions, and you have literally 14 videos about the same shit, and niggas are still hitting you up. Oh, bro, what axles do I use, or what's wrong with my tranny? Like,
My favorite quote is, bro, I've been a subscriber for years. I love your shit. And then they'll ask me something that I've talked about a bunch of times.
5-6 different
It's
times.
like right there on the front page. Like, yo, you know, I have all the playlists that are, you know, by popularity. I post them so that way, you know, all you gotta do is one or two scrolls, or, you know, it's right
and
there.
you're there, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it seems like people think that because they say they're a big fan and they've been subscribed for a long time, they think that, you know, it's just gonna be like, because that gives me my gold ticket to ask what I want. I'm like, no, it still doesn't. You still fucking look like everybody else, man.
Don't make no difference.
Yeah, I gotta. It's frustrating, but it's only frustrating because it happens so often.
And you even see when I hit you up, literally, it has to be at a point where I'm like, mind stuck, and I'm like, you know what? I genuinely don't know what to do from here, and I'll even ask my dudes in my group. You get me? If my support group tells me, yo, they don't know what it is, then I'll hit you up and be like, yo, Chris, I have this issue. I don't know what it is. What's going on?
Yeah, man. That's the way I try to look at it too. Like, is the bigger somebody is, the more shit they got going on. I try to use it as a last resort before I say something to somebody.
Yeah, I respect people's time too much. Like, even like people that I talk to on a regular basis, bro. Like, I'll have issues, and then like I'll message them, and they'll be like, see, like 2 hours later, and be like, oh, bro, why didn't you just call me and ask this question? I'm like, bro, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you're at work. I don't know if you're with your baby mama. I don't know if you're with your girl. I don't know what you're doing. You feel me? Like, I respect your time enough to understand that, yo, you will have a life for yourself. I'm not gonna take your life away from you because I got a question. Nah.
What oil should I use?
Yeah. Like, simple. I literally get those calls. It's not even a joke. I literally get those calls. Oh, what oil should I use? What spark plug should I buy?
The Googleable questions are the ones that bother me the most.
And people are so afraid to actually Google shit. Like, it's so surprising.
It's laziness.
It's so surprising.
Why
you literally can put your question in on Google, and they will send you 4 or 5 different forums, Honda forums, Acura forums, all types of forums, and all you have to do is just scroll like 2-3 pages. Just do this 2-3 times, and you'll find your answer right there.
I still do it.
I don't care.
I still do it all the time.
Even about shit that I'm confident
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
That's the worst part. Like, I'll know the answer, and I'm like, you know, let me double check just to be checked. I'll check one forum and it says exactly what I'm thinking. I'm like, nah. Let me check a different one. Let me check a different one then.
Or you find one that contradicts you, like, why do you contradict?
What's
What's your reason for saying no?
Sparks the thought in your mind. Now you start doubting yourself. And you're like,
I was like, wait a minute, you're a dummy. I had that problem the other day looking for the K24 torque specs. You know, the K24 is a bit higher than the K20. It's not the same. Yeah. And I was looking at a website that I normally use in the fast lane as my go-to for a lot of torque specs. And there it says K20, K24, and I was like, well, I don't really think that they're going to be the exact same. I was like, it doesn't really make sense to you know.
That they would be the same when it's a higher.
Yeah, the stroke's different, so you're going to have more fucking strain on the drivetrain. So I'm like, no. So I started looking around, and I found one that didn't really make sense either. I was like, I don't know if I trust that one either. And eventually, I found a TSB from Acura. And it was a trunk for it had their service manual on there, and then I finally found the specs. I was kind of aggravated too. I was like, what the fuck, man? This ain't like this old ass ancient technology. This information should be fucking everywhere, bro. Now how the fuck I find K20 shit like immediately, but K24 is fucking. I had to dig. And then see, and that's the thing too. Most people will tap out. They won't take the effort to really spend time looking.
A lot of them, they literally just click on the forum and they see a bunch of, you know, different people posting stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna read all of this.
Yeah, back it out. Yeah, no, bro, I spent that particular fucking day building a K24 last weekend. I was up until 7 o'clock in the morning. I watched the sun come up in my kitchen as I'm fucking building the engine. And it's because I spent an hour and a half making sure that the information I had was right.
I've literally done that so many times sitting out here. Even my buddy Juice can tell you, like, the old place that I used to live in, Riviera, I literally sat there in my kitchen 4 hours building a whole wiring harness, bro. And he's like, bro, I don't know how you do this. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I had a donor harness. I had a harness that I got from the junkyard. I was like, yo, I'm gonna make me a harness that I need right now so that my car can drive. You get me? And I sat there and spent the time, and then I had the extra harness as a reference to make sure that everything was right. Pinned everything on. I was like, yo, this shit's actually pretty easy. It's time consuming as a motherfucker, but at the same time, like, you can get it done. You just have to actually apply yourself, but people don't actually apply themselves to doing stuff. People just want to get the answer. You get me? People just want the Kool-Aid.
And that's how you forget shit too, man. If you just get it right away, it's like
you ain't gonna remember it.
It's like when you first meet somebody and you get their name, and then you walk away from
that
it.
That is literally the definition of my life.
A week later, come
forget
like,
everyone's name.
You gotta spend time with me to remember my name. That's what it is.
Anyone who knows me knows this. This is very true. I don't remember. You'll tell me your name right now, and I will forget it immediately.
That's the word for a long time. Like, I don't remember your name until I put it in my phone.
Yeah. That's how I have to do it, yo. Or you introduce yourself to somebody else, and I'm like, all right, Tom. That's his name, Tom. So next 10 minutes, I'm just there in my head, Tom.
Hey, man. What's up, bro?
I had a buddy that I literally met since I moved down here, and his name's Mel. And literally, even now, I still have his name saved in my phone, EK Bro. I did not know his name. I was hanging out with this man every weekend for a good 2 to 3 months. Did not know his name. How I ended up knowing his name was, I think he had gave me, I bought some suspension from him, and he gave it to me, like, he took the suspension off his car because he had bought new full bodies. So he sold me his, what are they again? I don't remember what. But he sold me his suspension, and he gave it to me in the box that his full bodies came in. And I saw the name on the package. I was like, oh, that's his name. I was like, I need to remember that. Matter of fact, the box might be out there still.
That's the worst shit. When
Oh
you fuck
my
with somebody
God.
for a minute and you don't know their name.
Hot minute hanging out with you every day. I don't even remember your name, bro. I genuinely don't even know your name. I never asked you. Like, I stopped asking people for their names because I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna forget anyway. So like, homie, bro.
Well, I still
my
get,
guy.
I still get the VHB. I still get people to fucking DM me, hey VHB, like, oh, I trust you.
Oh my God.
Like, I don't know why it bothers me, but it does. It does fucking bother me. I'm like, I'm Chris. That's not my name. I'm Chris. So, but I mean, I guess it is my fault because for a long time, I never said my name. So how the fuck do you know?
Yeah.
And then, but now I make sure that all my videos I start off with my name, and that's the reason why I start off with it. So when you're talking to me, it's not awkward. And that and the you guys. I'm like, where are the guys at, bro? Like, where are the bros?
Where are these bros at?
Where are these guys at?
Pretty sure it's just me in every video, but
right?
okay.
I wish I had fucking guys, man. Because like when I was dealing with that fucking Integra, bro, like it turned out just to be a cut wire, or not even cut. It was a depinned wire. So like if I had guys, pretty sure the Integra would have been running like.
Yeah, I was waiting on you to hit me back. I was literally just gonna bring my whole harness with me and just be like, all right, instead of sitting here fighting all of this, let's just try a whole nother harness.
I did what I finally needed to do. I needed to just put a little bit of effort into looking at it myself, and then if I couldn't find it from there, then I needed to call in help. But
a lot of the times, it's overwhelming to have to deal with all of this.
It's overwhelming to deal with the sunlight.
Can I tell you? Literally, yo. I went to go adjust the suspension on front of my car the other day.
Look at the sun, it's so beautiful out.
No, they ain't. No, they ain't. Better get overcast real quick, because I'm not made for this. Yo, I'll be out there baking. I got a whole tan just from putting the motor in the car.
90-something degrees. I'm good. Yeah, I've been, like right now, the TL I got from Blake.
Yeah.
The TL's still sitting at his house, and his RSX is still sitting in mine. Because I haven't swapped the wheels yet, and like I was like, I'm for sure doing it this weekend. Then Saturday, Sunday comes. That's my first day off, and I'm like, I'm not doing shit today. I watched fucking Nightmare Kitchen for 4 hours on YouTube, and then I fell asleep on the couch, and then I woke back up, and then watched a movie with my wife, and then Blake was blowing me up. I didn't know it because my phone was on fucking vibrate.
Oh, yeah,
so I called him up. So he went to Orlando and came back, and I told him to hit me up, and normally he wouldn't. He'd be a bitch about it and not hit me back up. So I wasn't really expecting it to. I was like, oh, he fucking flicked on me, and I seen it, and then of course went out and got fucking smashed last night. Still sitting on a hangover's gut. So I'm like, and then so that woke up. I got up. I think I got back at the house like 4 o'clock in the morning. I just crashed, bro. I just knocked the fuck out, and I woke up at like 2, and I laid in bed for an hour, not moving.
Oh yeah. No.
And then so like by the time
that
I get out,
sounds like my daily day, to be honest.
Well, it's like I go to the living room and I'm just like looking out I'm like, the weather's not bad. I should go up there and jack up the cars and swap the wheels over. It didn't happen. I was like, fuck all that shit. Yeah, so I need to get the wheels swapped over to get the RSX to his house so he can bring me the TL, and then I can see about doing that reset procedure. Maybe I can get that fucking code that he's got to clear, and then I can drive the car. So that'll be fun, hopefully. I don't know, the TL, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. I might want to just fix it up, having it run properly. And
yeah, that's how it is a daily.
Well, that's the idea. It is fun. Like
it's a good daily.
It's a nice car inside and everything. It's in decent condition, man. I was like, I'll just drive around for a while until I get bored with it, and then see about trading it for somebody's manual car that they don't want. They want to have something that's still kind of executive, but not dealing with shifting.
Yeah.
These fuckboys don't really know how to drive. They play like they know how to drive. You get somebody with like a G35, an old G35 that's manual, they want to get rid of and swap out for it. I don't know.
You don't even have to get an old G35. G35, period.
Yeah.
And you would be very surprised as to what kind of trade. Because I remember.
Like them.
Me and my ex, we had a 99 EK coupe, automatic, rebuilt title, transmission was slipping like a motherfucker. Nigga with an 08 G35 was trying to trade. Nothing wrong with his car. He had a rebuilt title too. I was like, why would you want this piece of shit? Like, seriously, why would you want this piece of shit? And he was like, yo, it's better than what I got right now. I just want something different.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm hoping like that. I get lucky with that, or get maybe a 350Z, because that would be.
You got kids, man.
Well, I've got
in the back seat.
I've got 4 cars.
Yeah, that's true. You've been racking them up.
The CHR and the RSX, both of those driving right now.
Yeah.
And then the TL, if I fucking all I gotta do is clear up that shit, and I'm willing to actually. I'm even willing to send that to the dealership if I can't figure it out. So. I'm getting it cheap enough where I don't mind spending a little money on it. And then, so that'll be 3 cars that run and drive, and then hopefully the Integra will be running and driving. So I'll be back to 4. So that's why I ain't tripping too hard on having a 2-seater. It'd be a gas whore, because what it is, but I don't care. You just have to drive around for a while. It's one of my few bucket list cars I haven't owned yet. Everything that I've said I've wanted, like I really wanted that was reasonable, I've gotten so far. Right now I'm down to my two bucket list cars to own that I haven't owned yet is a 350Z and an EP3.
Oh yeah. I remember you wanted the EP3. Literally, when my brother got his EP was the same week you got your RSX.
Yeah.
And I literally told him, I was like, yo, hit up Chris. He might be willing to trade because I know he wants that EP.
I do, but I wanted them both. I want them both. And another thing is too, like the RSX is beat up, man. Like, I think your brother's EP3 is probably a little bit better shape than the RSX is.
Yeah, his EP's stock. It's stock for the most part. Like,
well, yeah, this car's stock too, but I'm just saying.
The only thing that was done to his car was cut springs.
Oh.
Yeah, and he just put stock springs on there. That's why it's all hovercraft now. So it's just like, yeah. But nah, the only other car that I have, because that's why people be telling me all the time. Even the same dude, Mel, he used to be telling me, oh, bro, sell your car, sell your car. I'm like, bro, I would never. He was like, oh, sell your car and buy an EK. I was like, bro, first of all, I'm not ever going back EK. Hate them bitches. 2, you're crazy. I was like, bro, you was telling me to get an EK coupe because he has an EK coupe. I'm like, bro, you realize my car values more than your car without a motor in there? Like, your car running and driving, my car without a motor values more than yours. And he's like, oh, bro, no. I literally posted my car for sale on Facebook, $1,500. 6 niggas hit me up the same day. He posted this car for $1,000. No way hit him up.
EQ's not very desirable.
They're everywhere. Literally everywhere. EGs are going extinct, especially EG hatch. I'm gonna find that.
Well, I mean, my whole thing is the only real reason I want to go back to that chassis is just it'll make case swap a little bit easier.
It does. Because you don't have to do the whole subframe swap.
Yeah. Why would I need a or I can stay with the Integra and do that, but
true.
I don't know. I really wanted an Integra back for a long time. Finally got one. The car's gonna be running soon, but I don't think I want to. I don't know. It's just it doesn't seem like something I want to have 2 of. It's not. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
Maybe if I had more space. Well, VHB just becomes I get to the point where I have a shop and I have a warehouse, then whatever. But I don't know. Plus, the whole point of having multiple cars is that way you can just do different shit, a different feel. So I like the Integra. It's gonna want to probably stay in P series.
Let me know if you're interested in the EG hatch. I'm gonna hit up the homie tonight.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. Yeah, hit him up, see what he says.
Because I was planning on buying it from him. Because I told him, I was like, yo, because he was like, oh, he's gonna part it out, so he'll let me know when he's parting it out. And then a dude's supposed to buy the shelf from him.
Sit.
Yeah, but he was like, whenever he, gets the confirmation from the dude, and he's like, if the dude's not gonna buy it, then he'll just hit me up. Because I told him, yo, if the dude's not gonna buy it, let me know, bro. I'll come cop it. I'm quite happy with having 2 EG hatches parked out here. It's not an issue to me.
They're not giving you any problems with it? Or you got a plate on the car?
Yeah, I have a plate on there.
Oh,
but
as long as the sticker's good, I can't say shit.
Yeah, the sticker's good. The sticker's good. But no, they don't complain here as long as you actually still live here, because that was becoming an issue where people would move out and leave their cars, their old shit cars in here. So there's like a good 4 Fortuners down there that some Haitian people left. Fortuner, one of the fucking Breaking Bad cars, I don't know what the fuck it's called, that weird Pontiac shit, that thing. What else was in here? Like 2 Camrys. You already know the Haitian Camrys. Everybody knows the Haitian Camrys that I'm talking about. They either come in champagne or white. Not washed white either. But yeah, there was like a whole bunch of them parked down in the corner, and they called the tow truck, pulled them out, and all of that shit. They just want to know that you still actually live here. You get me? So like, every week I go out, I'll wash my car, I'll work on it this week, do some shit, like, just so they know, yo, still fucking here. You get me? Don't be calling no tow truck company to come touch my shit. You get me? Because that's no bueno for me.
This, speaking of your shell and everything, it's not a shell anymore, you got a motor in there. But so
technically 2. One in the front.
Well, if you're still gonna do the Vitara thing, I'm still sitting on single cam. Although, no lie, I don't know. It's been a week, and I don't know how much the weather's got to the block. It's still like I said, my shit split, but I still got overhang coverage on that one spot, and I did kind of peek at it a couple of times. It doesn't look like there's anything up with it. But I might have to wind up opening that motherfucker back up. I mean, it's a short block, but I still might have to fucking pop the pistons and rods out just to make sure the fucking rings didn't get all gunked up.
I mean, what is it? 15 D15 D16?
D16 Y7 short block, I think.
Oh, it's a Y7?
Yeah, but it's whatever.
What a Y7 had?
No, there's no head on.
Oh, it's just the block. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's my only issue right now. I've been looking for a VTEC head, but everybody that has a wide head, they're like $100.
Well, once you get to your point where you're running again, once the cars are all running, that means you got to swap together and then start piecing together a turbo kit.
No, because I was gonna say because my plan is I'm trying to stay away from going with the turbo. I'd rather go with the nitrous rather than the turbo right now, because the turbo kind of makes your car so much unreliable. Like, it's not even funny how unreliable these turbo cars are nowadays, and especially with like the inconsistency in gas. Like, you go to one gas station, you get some good 93. You go to another gas station, you get some 93. You're like, bro, this is a 87. What is this?
Nah, man. If you just gotta go through the right shit, get the right stuff in the right tuner, and you shouldn't have any other problems. I mean, I daily drove a turbo car for a long time. It's not a big deal. I mean, yeah, the V16 I drove from El Paso, fresh off the dyno, and what was it? Yeah, and then of course I had it tuned a year or so before I left there, so I was rolling around to and from school. That was my daily for the longest. I never had any problems with it. Like, eventually that shit got, trade/sold to Jonathan, the guy who called himself Speedy and shit. He's a little dude, he was cool though. Anyway, he wound up fucking popping the V16, but it was a tuning mistake, and he swapped up the head gasket. Now that engine I didn't build. That was got built by some shitty shop in El Paso, and they put a Cometic head gasket on there right.
Oh, that was the white EG.
No, it was what the fuck? I had a Del Sol. It was like a purple Del Sol.
Oh, okay.
So I had the guy had swapped the head gasket blue. He swapped out the Cometic for a standard Felpro course, there was a compression change.
Yeah.
And he didn't compensate for the compression change. But as far as that goes, man, as long as your tune's proper and shit, you'll be straight. If there's anything inherently having problems, like if you're blowing the motor, it's just because you're constantly beating on it. Yeah,
I am that kind of guy.
Anytime you start to modify a car, anytime at all, even basic shit, you can still run into fucking problems.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're like, and I was just talking to your brother about that before we started this, about the nitrous and shit. Why the reason why I don't really like nitrous is because that's inconsistent. That's a super inconsistent.
It is inconsistent.
Every time you hit
but
the
at
button,
the same time, at least you have that sense of some self-control. You feel me? You're not like every day, driving. You have to be like, alright.
yeah, your self-control is your foot on the throttle pedal. And
yeah, exactly. I'd rather have it on a whole button where I have to actually turn the bottle on and then I have to hit the button rather than know that, alright, yeah, bro, all I have to do is just let my foot slip a little bit and then it makes spoolie noises and I'm like, alright, yeah, bro, I'm in it now, like, I already know how I am, bro. I'm easy to get carried away. But what I was gonna say is I would have gave you the motor that I have and the piston and rod setup with ACL bearings for the Vitara build. You get me? So it would have made it easier.
Vitara and spray, huh? That'd be interesting.
Wouldn't it? Exactly. It's out of the box. You've seen the Vitaras on Boost, but
Well, I mean, fuck, dude. Yeah, the block's still yours if you want it. I'm not selling it to anybody at all. It's, plus the fact that I don't feel comfortable selling that one to anybody. Like I said, there's other things I don't know if I talked to you about or not. I'll talk to you about it later. Super secret sauce. You don't need to know everything. God damn it.
Can't know it all.
Yeah, but no, yeah, the block's still yours if you want it. I don't plan on putting that on because the biggest reason I don't plan on putting this for sale is because if I don't give it to somebody to run, eventually I'll put it in something. I don't care how long it takes.
Yeah.
Piece together a turbo kit for a single cam ain't no big deal, man. It's piece together a turbo kit in general isn't really that big a deal.
Yeah, no.
Just the only thing that ran up being awkward is I thought I had more of a kit already than I do, so I'm missing that one pipe and then like all those couplers I got from Eddie. Now I had to pay about 3 times the price I would have if I went through eBay, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I wanted
somebody.
Yeah, I like Eddie, and I wanted him now. I didn't want to wait to order him. Yeah, I didn't feel like making 6 I didn't feel like making 4 or 5 different separate orders.
Wait, which side are you? Which pipe are you missing? From the hot side or the cold side?
Hot side.
Hot side. Which one? The one that goes straight out the turbo.
Turbo the intercooler.
Turbo the intercooler. Well, I got a whole bunch of them bitches around here. This cold side. I got a whole bunch of them over here, but because I just moved all this shit around, it's covering it up. Like all of this was just like intercooler pipe.
Yeah, I thought I had more pipes than I did, and I started looking and digging around, and I found what I found, and it wasn't enough. I think what was kind of throwing me off on my stash, I thought I had more was that like regular intake fucking pipes. They were
That
just
shit
throwing it in the
hits
pile.
me all the time because I got about like 6 of them over there too with the intercooler pipe in.
It's like, I think it's like, where the fuck these even come from? I don't have fucking NA cars like that. I don't even have this.
I try not to throw away shit because like the minute I throw it away I need it again. Like when I was putting the EG together,
I have separation anxiety for old parts.
I was like, yo, I need suspension and this and that. After I ended up buying all of this shit, putting it on the car, I fucking find all of this shit sitting in my storage room and I had to move. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And then I had to throw it out because I couldn't bring it here because it couldn't fit out here. Like, you see how tight the space is right now with the patio, like.
Yeah, I've got a pallet in my backyard with a fucking tarp over it. It's got parts on it, and then of course my scattering under my now collapsed tent and my kitchen, and I still have some shit on my front porch, but the code enforcement guy never came back, so.
Still good on that for now.
Just like just stay low key. I'll have some shit out there, but it's not too much. I'm not taking away, but I'm not adding to. Keep it like it is.
Keep it balanced. I think that's one of my biggest problems right now. I'm hoarding a little bit too much shit because like I'll end up. Look at that. lightning and sprinklers at the same time. Like, you not see the lightning flash?
Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, I'm hoarding too much shit. I have one muffler, two muffler, one on the car, one over here. So there's literally 3 mufflers out here, 2 steering wheels, a whole pile of intakes over there. 2017 Civic Struts. Nobody in here has a 2017 Civic. You know, I have my intake, B-series headers, single cam headers, extra panels, like so much extra shit. But it's like, if I try and throw it away, then I throw it away, I'm gonna need it every single time. So it's just a barrage of parts just everywhere. That's why I have the extra hood sitting in front of my door and all of that shit. My bumper out there.
Well, I fucked up, when that hood came up on me on the turnpike. I fucking put a big ass dent in it. I didn't replace the hood. I just put it back down, bent it a little bit. Then I got the fucking hood up front with 2 fucking big ass creases. So you never know when you need an extra hood.
Hey, cut it up. That's what I'm about to do, because that blue one that I have out there, it's the same shit that happened with my buddy when he had the car originally. Hood that came up. He just got the car painted, it came up on him, but luckily it didn't crack the windshield.
Really?
God bless, it did not crack the windshield. But it had that big crease right across the middle. I know exactly which crease you're talking about. Mm-hmm. Yep, where it smacks the roof. Yep. Has the crease. I was just gonna cut all the webbing out of the inside and just have it as is. So, my weekend beater hood when I want to go out and be a hot boy.
But that's what I figured, like I gotta keep talking about the car being ugly or me doing ugly cuts or whatever. Like, I don't care how it looks, the uglier the better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugly cars go fast.
No, ugly cars don't draw the attention to be stolen.
That too. Genuinely.
Yeah, I don't have a fenced-in yard, so my cars. I mean, I've already learned that it doesn't matter how you park your shit. If it's easy, I mean, if they can get to it, they can get to it.
Yeah.
So I
have my car parked every
So that's why when me and Blake were doing the negotiating for me getting the RS section, I didn't give a fuck when he's like, oh, I want the wheels. I'm like, sure. There's one less thing to worry about. Yeah, I don't have to worry about coming out and finding them on bricks because my wheels are stuck.
Even now, without having the rear bumper support and the rear bumper on my car, I had to take my OBX exhaust off because I was like, if they seen all that chrome under there, chrome control arms, chrome subframe brakes, chrome exhaust, oh yeah, this boy's got some money under here, let's steal this car. No.
Especially when they do nowadays when it's so casual, take a car and just take a couple things on the way.
3, 4, 5 stuff, like some little petty shit, it makes you see that, these are just some Honda fanboys who literally cannot afford to buy parts, so they steal people's shit. That's fucked up. Don't do that, please. Don't do that. That's some fucked up shit.
Well, your brother's got the EP3. If he's planning on sticking with that long term, I told him too that I can get him the fucking K. Do that. My little my high compression P28.
He's on the fence because some days he'll get up and be like, yo, bro, I'm gonna build a K, I'm gonna boost it, I'm gonna put nitrous on it. And then tomorrow he'll get up and be like, yo,
well, if he ever makes
it, I'm gonna trade it, or I'm gonna swap it, So
if he ever makes the commitment to get the K Pro,
I'll definitely let you know. Yeah,
that's my shit too. I was talking with Eddie about it before I left, because I was hoping I'd get the Flash Pro, and he's like, no, it's for like 2007 plus or some shit. So I'm gonna have to get K Pro, and he's like getting it new off him is gonna be like $1,100. The whole point of staying in A for this bill was, quick turnaround. If I gotta pay $1,000 up front for a fucking computer, man.
And that's actually the only reason why I'm actually going back to the single cams, because I was planning on going into doing some of the tuning myself.
$80 chip
on Chrome. Yeah.
$80 chip beats the fucking $11 computer.
$100 I can buy the chip burner. Call it a day. It comes with 2 free chips. Chip it myself. I got a P75 sitting around here somewhere. I don't even know where the fuck I put it. Like after the whole carrying out all the harnesses, trying to plug every computer in, none of them work. I realized all of them fucking OBD2 fucking cars are OBD1, and I'm like, fuck me and this shit. I was like, you know what?
Well, then you can wind up like I did. I have a P28, but it's an OBD2 P28.
But the thing I don't have no P28, but I got the P75. Well, at least the P75 should work.
The P28 only came OBD2 in one fucking car, and it's Del Sol with the B16. I think it's called that. The Del Sol VTEC.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck I wanted that rare of an ECU that I'm like, And now, so now I have a
I'm trying to
Honda.
find a PO6. I can't even find one of those. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. PO6s used to be so common, and it's just like, they ain't nowhere. You can find a P75 anywhere now, but not a PO6. But, right now, I mean, my goal, to be honest, is just, I want between 200 and 250 horsepower. That's it. I can make 150, 160 torque. I would not care, to be honest, because with a D series, motor's light, my car's light, I can get up and go.
Well, you know, racing has indexes, right? You have classes of racing, right? So, you know, if your car makes 9-second passes, you race against other cars that make 9-second passes. That's your card index. That's what you race at. So if you got a single cam that's making 150 horsepower, you race against a guy with a stock V series. I had plenty of fun races, and I won races back in my single cam days.
And it's funny because I'm watching a lot of niggas right now in Palm Beach. They're building B series, boosted B series, and all of this and all of that. Still can't even break 12-second index. Literally, they're sitting in the 13s, and I'm like, I can literally build an all-motor single cam and get up on go car. Literally, no wheel spin, no nothing, just hook and go off the line. That's all it takes to actually run a 12. You get me? And I'm like, yo, my competition is gonna be all of these boosted B series, and it's like, it's fun to me. That's appealing.
That's the thing, the difference between a road racer and somebody who just has a fast car, man. Like I kind of try to tell people all the time, drag racing is not as easy as you think. It takes more than a lot of horsepower.
Road racing is all about the car. Drag racing is about the driver. You gotta know about your car. You gotta know how to drive it off the line.
You gotta know how to fucking drive and respond to your car, but you also gotta do the car right. And that's, you know, these the new all motor records are proving that you don't need 1,000 horsepower to run 8s. I mean, these guys are running all motor. I mean, which is still insane. They're making like 500 horsepower, but 500 horsepower and getting into the 8s.
We're seeing niggas with K20s, 250 horsepower, 10-second cars, 12-second cars, and we're like, yo, that's crazy. It really doesn't take that much, but people like to over-apply themselves a lot of the time.
That's the only thing I say is that trying to, you know, whatever extra money I can make off of building engines, because I'm trying to get to that point where I can start drag racing. But anyway, I don't know, like the Integra probably, I don't know, I can't really say where that car's gonna end up or what I'm gonna end up with it, because of the fact that I don't know, I just don't know. But I think that when it comes time for me to actually try to compete for real, it's gonna be K all over.
Nah, for me right now, I'm sticking with the D. I'm gonna run this D, the Y7. I'm gonna try and find a Y8 head. I might put the Y8 head on this block, or I might just put it on the D15. I might. But yeah, I might put it on the D15 and run the mini-me swap. You get me, and then do the pistons and rods. But I'm not 100% sure which way I want to go yet. So for right now, I'll just
get the car running.
Yeah, get the car running. Hunt the Y8 head. Whenever I find it, I can put it down out here and figure out whether I want to put it in the D15 if I still have the D15 at that point.
Well, because once you're fucking driving, then you can actually come to me and then we can actually start talking about some shit down there.
Yeah. I literally have the pistons sitting in here too. Let me make you see them. Like we got rain on the way too. I got a whole single cam mod box here, man. Oh.
Yeah, pretty sure these ones I've seen they were using like P29s. They just had to cut the valve release to be able to run with the higher profile cam. But yeah, I really want to do one of these too, man. I really do. Like,
and apparently with the Y8 head, these are supposed to give you a compression of like 12 to 1. So I was like, sounds good to me. I'm like, for a single cam, that sounds pretty good to me. So that's why I was planning on keeping it all motor, just so I could run these pistons. And I wouldn't have to worry about, you know, notching the block or any of that. You get me? Like, if something goes wrong, I feel like, alright, I don't want to keep using this block. I can always swap it out. I have the brand new ACL race bearing, rod
well,
bearings.
dude, if you want, you said you have an extra block.
I have a whole motor sitting in the back of the car. I have the whole D15 sitting in there.
Whenever you want to put that shit together, well, there you go. That could be your goal.
I was planning on putting it together whenever that motor blows. That's in there right now. So I was just gonna go on the Y8 hunt, just do regular maintenance on this motor. I was planning on doing any form of modifications.
You gonna build it?
Huh?
You gonna build it?
Yeah, I was just gonna do the mini-me with the high compression pistons, Y8 head.
I was gonna say, man, fucking not
Drive.
get the car driving. You can actually drive the motor and drop it off and I'll put it together for you.
Oh yeah. Oh, sure. Might just do that too. That makes sense to me.
I'm curious, man. But like I said, I've only got so many cars I can park, so I can't only do so many builds. But I'd like to see a high compression fucking single cam, like what we can do on a budget, without trying to go balls out, just like piston swap and maybe some other
simple
light shit.
piston swap. You know, bolt-on drag headers, probably upgraded injectors. And I was just recently looking into going with the prelude injectors because they're 350, some that are 375 cc as compared to the regular 200 cc that the D series come with. So it's, you know, it's more than stock. So it would be enough to fuel an all-motor build. You get me?
Yeah.
Because what I've seen so far for all-motor car, you don't even need more than 450 cc injectors. Like unless you're like running a K, like you're really.
Well, it's also depending on the fuel, but yeah, I think that whatever you're gonna make in A on a D, that'll be enough. Shit, I wouldn't even be surprised if stock fucking.
Yeah, the top of my horsepower goal right now is 250. Like
250?
if I make 250 on the bottle, I'm good.
Okay, you definitely gonna
250 all motor and 200 all motor.
Yeah, let's say,
and I would be shitting bricks because I know.
If you make 200.
That's still hard, dude. Like it's like you could make it, and then at the same time you're like, I don't even want to say that.
150, 160 would be more what I would
you know, like they'll come up to like stock B series stock B16.
Now, see, this is another thing I was saying before too. Like when I say single cam, you know, and the F series guys come out like, oh, my single cam made 200 plus. Like an F series has more displacement.
It's an F series, my guy. That's a 2-liter motor.
Yeah, it's a much bigger engine than the fucking D series. So when we're talking about single cam,
even though it's a single cam, it's a 2.0, my guy. You can't forget that displacement. There's no replacement for displacement.
Yeah. So if you're going into building out the high compression fucking D series, 150, 160 horsepower is more fucking something to expect out of it. Like people have gotten 200 out of it, but you gotta do some work.
It really takes a lot. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of work.
There's a reason why you don't see a lot of them running around. There's a reason. It's because they don't make a lot of power.
And I'm really proud of what's been happening, especially here in Palm Beach. I don't know if it's happening as much down your side, but people have been actually getting back into the single cams up here.
Well, honestly, I couldn't tell you. I'm not really in the scene too much, man.
I'm not even in the scene that much, but I watch what's going on, and I see people actually building single cams.
Palm Beach runs and shit like that.
Yeah, and I'm watching people on Instagram, you know, like different people that I follow, like different people I follow on Snapchat. They're actually building single cams now, you know. And like, yeah, a lot of them are building boosted single cams.
My only issue with building single cams is like I was saying earlier, I just don't really want to do guitars anymore. I don't want to spend the extra time on the cutting. But so I would get back into building single cams as I was doing NA high compression ones. So I just put the engine together. I ain't gotta worry about cutting it. I'm down with building it. The only problem is like it seems like the only 2 single cam requests I get are like a stock rebuild every once in a while, like I'm doing now, or they want Vitara. And then there's the we're at the end of July. The last Vitara engine I built was December, and I haven't heard anything back from the guy.
That's a joke.
Yeah, so I don't know if they even tried to finish the build or if they sold it again or what. I mean, I kept my eyes on the market enough to see that if it came up for sale, like if somebody's gonna sell it, so that way I could try to follow it to the next person. But I don't know, man. Just as it's hard as fuck to keep up track with it unless something goes terribly wrong.
That's when you hear from them.
Or like
about it real quick.
All right.
My bad.
Yeah, that's why I offer in the 2-for-1 type shit, man, because it's hard to get fucking people to get back to you. Like, I think Ivan Blanco, I think it was him, the one I built the V16 for. Like, he was one of the few guys that, he got back to me with both times with the initial tune and his retune, and then footage of him actually racing. And I think that V16, it did actually pop on him. And I offered him to do a free rebuild. I told him, bring me the fucking V16, I'll give you another build, and I'll even give you a crank. And it wasn't because I felt guilty about the engine going or whatnot, because it's not like it went right away. It went out after a while. But I had 2 V16 cranks that I'm sitting on still that I can't fucking give away, you know, I can't sell, so I figured why not fucking do that and try to get it back up. So when you guys hear me fucking constantly talk about, you know, giving something out to try and get the numbers back, that's how serious it is. That's how serious I am about trying to do that. That I'm willing to give shit away for free just so I can get some good results. Nah, I just you'll see it.
Yeah,
But anyway, I'm about to check my phone for the time. What time is that?
10:45.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna tap out. You wanna throw your fucking your IG and shit up there? Your social media?
I would. See how many people you already have bugging you. They're gonna roll over and start bugging me. But you guys can follow me, The Real Wicked, on Instagram, or jdm.wicked on Snapchat. I respond on everything 90% of the time. If I don't, I'm sleeping.
Yeah, and so one thing I was gonna say earlier that we just kind of got away from, you know, if it gets to the point where I do have space, I'm actually selling shit, you know, you're gonna be one of the first guys to go to help bring in. Because I mean, like, look, this is the way I figured it is like this. Right? I can't offer. I mean, I'm sure that once I get to the point where I'm finally doing it for myself, I'll probably be able to offer a fucking salary for people. Yeah. But what you can do is work as like a flat rate type shit, where I could bring you in, have you do swaps and shit like that, and you would get 100% of that money for that swap. So instead of me trying to pay you like an hourly rate or paying you by job, I'm cutting myself out as a middleman. You give the price you give the price for what you want to charge for a swap, and then I get the price for what I want to charge for a build. The tickets together, but your price that you set for your job would be yours. So that's what I eventually would like to get to, you know, building a team to where we could do shit like that, where you'd have a workspace and you'd have engines for me, or get to the point where you learn on the floor doing how to fucking do your own engines, and then go from there, you know, and then eventually you go off and do your own thing if you want to, or stay and we just keep going. That's the goal, man. I want to be able to get a fucking actual race team, and it's definitely taking a lot longer than I hoped it would be. I hope to do this in a year or so, or a year plus, and I can't really say that I'm closer to doing it, but hopefully once my cars are done, you know, my cars are finished, Blake's car's finished, Edgar gets his car finished, and the dude Roger gets the one that I just sent the Nippon Racing LS for. Like, hopefully numbers start coming back, confidence gets there, I can start making more money. Once I start making more money, that means more cars I can build, and then, you know, we can get a full-on shop car. We don't have to just be new to the shop car. Like, you have one, and then we start going out and putting the work down, and now
and then we can have the team car too, where, you know, anybody can just drive down.
And so that's the goal, man. And so once you get mobile and running around, then maybe I can start.
Yeah, no, once I'm mobile again,
collaborate a little more from there.
I'll definitely be down that side a lot more. But right now, the biggest thing is just getting it running. That's it. We get small cosmetic flaws, but that's nothing. So, I don't know. Like, my biggest thing is just, I'm too indecisive. You get me? Like, I'll be here and I'm halfway through putting the motor together. I'm like, damn, bro, I could make a good 190 out of this, bro. If I just do this, and I already have all the sauce right here, it's just like, it's a waste of time, bro. Like, you're gonna do all of that, and then it ends up not making all that power, and then you just feel stupid for spending all that time trying to build this motor to make a lot more. That's why I ended up picking up the second motor, because I was like, all right, I'll build the V15 Mini-Me on the side. You get me? So I'll do the high compression pistons, ACL race bearings, crank and rod. So that way I know, alright, yeah, it's not gonna spin a bit, you know, like, if anything, it'll crack the sleeve. And then I was just gonna buy a Y8 head, and I was thinking whether to put it on the Y7 and drive it until the Y7 goes out, the Y7 block goes out, and then, you know, put it together with the V15 block. And then I was like, nah, it's better to just assemble it here and have it ready and waiting. So I know, alright, sometimes with the Y7, pop it right out, pop it in. I know I have the Mini-Me, and it'll make a lot more power, and it'll make good power too, you get me? But I don't know. At the same time, it's like I don't want to make that big of a risk and then it not work out how I expect it to. You get me? But at the same time,
It's just minimalist building. Minimalist building. You know, do something that gets you a nice little bump, but not go too far into where the bump doesn't equal the cost. It's you get the modifications have to equal out the power. That's all I should ask for. Anyway, guys, so you get to that point. Hopefully, we do this again like in a year or so, and see where things are at from there. Hopefully, we get some progression. Hopefully, I get some progression.
Oh yeah, no.
We get to
2 months from now, don't worry.
Alright, guys. So thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.